Fable 5 is currently one of the most powerful publicly available AI models. Using it with Higgsfield, I've been able to create some of the best images, videos, and ad campaigns that I've ever generated with AI. And the best part is you can do all of this without ever leaving the Claude app. On its own, Fable 5 is the best model I've used at understanding what you actually mean because it reasons through your ideas like a creative partner. But thinking isn't making. It can describe the perfect images all day long, but you still don't have that perfect image. The Higgsfield MCP fixes that. It plugs Higgsfield image and video models directly into Claude. So when Fable 5 has an idea, it writes the prompt, then using Higgsfield, it will pick the right model and generate the results right here in the chat. So let me show you how to set this up, but before we do that, I want to let you know that Higgsfield is the sponsor of this video. So if you want to follow along with me, I'll have a link for them in the description down below. Connecting up Higgsfield with Claude takes about a minute. You'll first head over to the first link down below to sign up for a Higgsfield account. Once you have an account, go to the second URL because this is where you can grab the URL that you need for the Higgsfield MCP. You'll find that right here. So copy this down and then head back over to Claude. On the left, click on Customize, and then click on Connectors. On the top right, on this dropdown, select Add Custom Connector. For the name, put in Higgsfield, and then paste in the second field the URL that you just copied. Once you click on Add, it will then walk you through how to connect this up with your Higgsfield account. It'll open up a browser and have you sign in if you're not already signed in. Once you are signed in, inside of Claude, you'll see your connector right here. You can click on it and see all the tools that Claude will have access to through the Higgsfield MCP. Let's try using it. So we can close this out and start a new chat, or if you're in Claude Cowork, you can start a new task. It works exactly the same in both chat and in Cowork. Here, I'll make sure Fable is selected, and I'll give it this prompt telling it I'm putting together a brand campaign for a fictional trail energy drink called Summit Fuel. I give it the vibe, it's for people who hike and climb, and I'll ask it to first develop the creative direction, like the visual style and the can design and the overall campaign concept before it generates the hero shot. And now just a few moments later, and let's see what it's done. So first, it gave us that creative direction. It came up with a brand concept, earned energy. The idea is you have to earn the drink. Then we get the can design, the visual style, and the campaign concept, a series called The Last 200 Feet. And using all that, it generated this hero shot, which I absolutely love. It perfectly captures the idea that you have to get to the top of the mountain before you can drink it. So I think this is perfect. But of course, we don't just want one image. We need a few images. So now I'll ask it to create a new image of the exact same can in a different location. That way we can test how well this is able to maintain that consistency while generating new images. And here's what we got now. The exact same product, but now in a different environment. So using this, you can now iterate on your existing product images and create new ones without needing to start over from scratch. I think though, we need a face for this ad campaign. So I'm going to tell Fable to create a brand character for Summit Fuel. This will be a woman in her 30s. She's a trail runner. She's warm, a little sun weathered, and she's wearing gear in our brand colors. So I want a portrait of her on a ridge line holding the can. She'll appear throughout the entire campaign, so it's consistent from now on. And there we go. That looks incredible. So now let's create another image for our campaign. I'll tell Fable, make the perfect image that captures the campaign message. Use the character and can. And this is what we got, a fantastic looking image. And this is not just because it's using a great image generation model, it's because of the prompt that it's feeding it. But let's finish this off now. I'll tell it to take everything we've built and create an 8-second video ad for Summit Fuel. I want the character coming over a summit at sunrise, opening up the can, and a quick product shot with the ending tagline, earned energy. I really want it to feel cinematic. And here's what we got, so let's watch it together. Yeah, I think that looks awesome. I'm really happy with that. What I love about this entire process is that in the past, I never really trusted any AI model to come up with the right prompts to give into a tool like Higgsfield for generating images and videos. I would always have to tweak the prompts or make changes to them, often redo them entirely. But Fable 5 is just so good at understanding the intention behind what I'm trying to do and coming up with great prompts to feed into image and video generation tools, which makes this process go so much faster and so much smoother, generating final assets that look fantastic. The problem is Fable 5 is expensive, and that's why the connection with Higgsfield is great, because Fable 5 isn't the one generating the images and videos. It's just coming up with the prompts, which is actually pretty simple for it to do, and then feeds it over to Higgsfield. If we come back over to customize and come back over to our connectors and specifically look at the Higgsfield one, I also want to give you an idea of everything that you can do with the MCP connector. You can create voices, you can do dubbing, you can create explainer videos, generate audio, images, videos, YouTube explainers, motion control. You can reframe videos, remove backgrounds, create shorts, upscale images, upscale videos, and voice change. And that's just a few of the many things that you can do with the Higgsfield MCP. So if you've used Higgsfield before and have used some of the tools in there, chances are you can have Fable 5 help you with it using the MCP. So if you want to get started with this on your own, make sure to use the link down below to sign up for Higgsfield. Make sure to connect it with Claude and then have fun generating some awesome assets using Fable 5 and Higgsfield. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.